Farina, an outback ghost town. How do we describe that appeal that just keeps bringing us back again and again and again? What is that magic must-see draw card that brings so many other people back here year after year to explore and to also volunteer and help out preserve the town? Stick around to find out.
Well, here we are, mate, Farina. Look at this place, mate. And we have timed this arrival to perfection.
That's it. So, right on golden hour.
That's it. So, we've been past here quite a few times with our travels, but it's always been bucket list to stay here, and we're doing it on this trip finally.
Mate, the bakery's open tomorrow.
Closes Sunday, so we've made it by a week.
This Sunday it closes, so it's only open, like 2 or 3 months of the year?
Yeah, 2 months a year, and it's open 8 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Yeah, 4 or 5, I think.
Yep. And fresh bread, coffee, pies. It's all cooked in that underground bakery.
Yeah.
So stick around because soon we're going to show you all that.
So good, mate. And even like the history out the back of this little township, it's just insane. Yep. Throughout the year, volunteers come up here and like try and rebuild all the stone relics and stone houses. So.
Yeah, out the back as well. There's up on the hill. There's a bit of an Anzac memorial as well.
Yeah. Out
that way a little bit. There's the old cemetery, and mate, this joint's just amazing.
So much here to see. So yeah, stick around and we'll show you everything.
Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look.
We make our way through the township to the rear of the town where you'll find the campgrounds to settle in for the night. The campgrounds here are pristine. It's $20 for a car or $10 per person to stay the night. Our first point of call after waking up to a breathtaking sunrise is the Farina Cemetery. The Farina Cemetery is located around 2 kilometres to the northwest of the Farina Township. It was used from around 1883 to 1972. There are 244 people listed as either known to be buried in the cemetery or from Farina, and their dates of death that are known.
Maybe 8. Yeah. 1 hour.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Another hour up here.
I'm assuming complications.
But even like 2 days or 4 days.
They must have been cooked or
they didn't even have a name for it.
Yeah.
You know, 1881. Imagine how
like this one here is just
primitive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even the
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as. I mean, it would have still been hard, but it would have been part of
life.
Part of life. You don't always, you know.
This is pretty crazy. This is like the port of all the deaths around Farina.
Yeah. Back in, you got a couple of hours old, 1 hour old, and then you got
shows you how tough they did it back in the day.
just, obviously died of sickness and not having the means to be able to survive, I guess.
Yeah, so 1879 to 1939 all these deaths are.
Insane. And then behind us here is the cemetery, so pretty surreal.
Yeah, worth the trip out here.
The next site is Farina's underground bakery. What many would describe as the centrepiece to Farina, it's hard not to agree. The bakery is a drawcard for those who aren't interested in history but just want to sample that fresh baked bread. Let's go take a look.
Oh, smell that bread.
You missed the white coming out. That's already happened. So, but yeah.
Oh, it's nice and toasty down here.
Yeah, that's why I come up here at 3:30.
Smell it.
Oh, smell it.
How good's this?
Somebody on that works. Yeah, it sits about 25, 26 degrees all the time. It was 29 when I walked in here this morning at 3:30. So.
Wow. Even when the fire's not going?
Well, the fire goes 24 hours a day.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's
Yep.
29.
Wow,
That's magic. So all the original oven and that here, eh?
This is still the original oven,
Yep.
but last year we took the lid off, well the crown off, and had it all re-bricked, re-sealed, re-insulated, just to make it more efficient.
Yeah.
It was still working, but between each batch of bread we were having to fire up the firebox again.
Yeah.
And while the firebox is fired up, we can't cook because the smoke travels through the oven the same as the heat.
Gotcha.
So we've got to wait for the smoke to dissipate and then we can start cooking again. So it was a long process.
Yeah.
You
So we're
change
only
it
doing
from-
2 batches today, but we can actually do about 4 batches without touching the firebox.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could have changed it from cooking bread to smoked meat.
That's right. Exactly. So,
Oh, and there's your.
there's the peels for getting the
Peels
the
are they
bread
called?
out. Yeah,
There
they're
you
called
go.
peels.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Amazing. That's bloody unreal.
There you go, mate. You finally got to get down here.
Been in a few times.
Have
And,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet as.
Right, just let me jump over this side, guys. The firebox on this side, that's the coals from the wood I put in there at 3:30 this morning. They'll sit there all day. I'll put wood back in there about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Or depending on the tourists, maybe later. Because once we put wood in there, I can't open the oven or let anybody look inside.
Yeah. Yep.
How thick are these walls, mate?
I'm not sure. I've never been asked that question. Normally people want to know about this, not how thick.
How thick would you have made them, Bricky? Yeah.
I don't know, at least 4 quarters of thick.
Yeah, I would have gone 4, I reckon. I'm no Bricky, but yeah, I would have done 4.
A double.
Yes.
Feels like 4.
Does it get any water down here at all?
5 would be
Is any
balanced.
water coming through or any moisture?
Yeah, no moisture comes up or through the walls, but if we get a big flood, it will come down the stairs. So,
Yeah.
So we had a bit of rain this year. We had about 29 mil over a 36-hour period. We got nothing in there then because it was just steady. But last year they had a big downpour all at once, and it ran down the stairs.
So that would have been a mop and bucket to aisle 7.
Yeah, exactly.
What's
I
on
wasn't
the bottom
here.
down there, mate?
Oh, that's the ash box.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, at the end of the day, knock down the ash.
Yep.
Squeeze through.
Clean it out.
Oh, shit, that goes all the way back. See, I was wondering how thick that was.
Yeah.
All right. So how it works is the heat comes out of the back of the firebox, around the back of the firewall, travels across the oven, throughs this side.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So that's why we can't cook with smoke, with fire, because the
Gotcha.
smoke takes the same
That's
path.
what I was wondering, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
that one doesn't even get hot. That door down there just does my head.
Yeah.
So
How many times have you touched that door without the...
without this very technical piece of equipment, I think it's my predecessor's finger.
It looks LHS approved.
Yeah, exactly. It's on a string, so we can't lose it.
That's
so no one can pinch it.
Yeah. Wow.
And this
And I do
one's-
want you to have a look inside, so I'll just see how I'm going for timing.
Yeah, awesome.
I think it's bang on. Perfect.
Smells amazing.
28 seconds. Just give me a little bit of room. So the firewall.
Deep it is.
Oh, what?
Wow, that's incredible.
So we had an oven builder from Bribie Island. He came down last year and rebuilt all this for us. So
Okay.
That's huge.
Oh, magnificent.
How good's that?
Absolutely.
And how good's the bread look?
Blown away.
all right.
Look at everyone.
That's amazing.
Wow, that goes.
Oh,
Get a loaf of that.
All right. Unfortunately, you guys in Victoria call them pipe loaves. We call them
Yeah.
tank loaves.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody else in Australia call them tank loaves. Not saying anything else.
Yeah.
Not quite ready. Close, but not quite.
So often have you been coming here for?
This is my 3rd year volunteering, my 1st year in here
Yeah,
doing
right.
this. So other years I've done other things like garbage collection. They're
Yeah.
important things. We
Yeah.
call that here. We call that essential services.
Essential service.
Beautiful.
So put a fancy title on it so everybody wants the job. We only bake the bread down here now. Everything else we have is baked upstairs. So so in gas-fired ovens. So.
Yeah.
What's the bit of metal sticking up there from?
A damper.
That just hooked?
Ah.
What?
A damper. Dampens the fluid.
Oh, it opens
So
up.
open and close the fuse.
Yeah.
Flue. So in the morning when I get in, I stack that up with firewood. I'll open that door up, get it to breathe. I'll open that up a bit further, so it can breathe. Get rid of that smoke as quick as we can. Get as much air through as quick as we can. Get that fire roaring.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the smoke starts dying down, close that down. Keep the heat in the oven rather than up the flue.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
It's cool how it all works, eh?
Yeah.
1888, it's believed this was built, and we're still using it today.
It's not bad, is it?
It did close for quite a
Yeah.
few years.
Yeah.
We restarted in 2010.
Yeah.
And so, replacement door.
Yeah.
Because the original one was taken, we got a replacement, someone took that. So then we got that one. So consequently, we have a locked door.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we got prison bars.
Yeah.
That's not to keep me in at night. That's,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
and the reason for this operating and that building up there operating, it funds what we do out there
Yeah.
in the preservation work. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, The bakery draws people here.
Yeah.
We want to be aware of what else happens out
Yeah.
there. We want
Oh, it's so cool
to
to
look
see.
at the history
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we've now got a loco here. It'll all be painted back and
Yeah.
rather than strip it right back bare, I
Yeah.
think the plan is just to sand it back in spots, patch
Yeah,
it
just
up,
touch it up.
and then
Yeah.
paint the whole thing. So.
Have to come
And
back
it will
again.
have a roof over it, So
Yeah.
how do you know all that?
Someone came through camp last night.
One of the guys,
okay.
one of the guys doing the resto work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the woolly dog that looks like a
Oh,
shark.
yeah,
He's got the
yeah,
hair
yeah.
dye.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. I'm not sure when that'll be built, but we only brought that up about 10 weeks ago.
Okay.
That was a bit of fun. I got involved with that one.
Drive it up.
Yeah, certainly. Just kept laying 50 metres of track in front of us. So.
How good was that, mate? A little personal tour in the underground bakery.
Unreal, man. The amount of history that's down there.
Yeah, so
Insane.
can't wait to tuck on into some of that bread that's been cooked in there.
Yeah, be definitely buying a couple of loaves. I
Let's go
reckon.
do it. We got some pies in here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast sorted.
Let's go.
Good morning, how are you? Fantastic.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Fresh baked bread. Let's get a sausage roll and a beef pie, please. Thank you.
At its peak in the 1890s, 600 people lived in Farina. Today, looking around, it's hard to imagine that. With all the ruins, it's a pretty surreal place to cast your mind back and think of what was. There were 2 hotels, a school, a post office, a bank, a brewery, and several stores in this area. We'd like to introduce you to some of the volunteers here doing their part to help maintain the stonework.
Hey, so what are you guys working on today?
The wall.
Wall?
The wall. On the scaffold against
Oh, yep.
Sounds a bit like Game of Thrones. On the wall.
Here we have a stockpile of materials the boys are using in their works. Let's find out more.
The owner of the station, he's got a front end loader and he goes somewhere. Probably one of the rivers, I'd say.
Yeah.
Right.
And he takes it out and he just dumps it here for us or wherever we're working.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's what he does.
Yep.
And then it's 2 lime, 1 cement.
2 lime, 1 cement, yep.
Because the original building was only lime.
Lime, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what the deal is.
I
Yeah,
live
we
to
try to
believe-
keep to the original.
I live to believe they rang the CSRIO.
But,
And got the mix from.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and also
From
historical
the-
societies are pretty
Yes.
Yeah.
strict on what you do and what
Yeah.
you don't do.
Okay.
So all we're trying to do here is get the brick or get the stonework up to that sort of level.
Yep.
and that's it. We're not putting any roof or anything
Yeah.
like that. So because you put a roof on, then you get people sleeping inside, making it up
The wind
and what
blowing
have
it
you.
off. And
Yeah.
The wind blowing. So
will you be taking all this block work and stuff all the way up to the same height as well?
it depends. We've got some professional guys that
Okay.
come around and sort of advise us what we should do and
Yeah.
where we should go.
Yep.
So it really depends on them, and it's a case of doing what you can
Yeah,
with
of
what you
course.
got at the time.
Absolutely.
Because,
You guys have
how
done
long
it.
we've been working here now, Norm's be 12 years or so.
Oh, wow.
You know, even longer. So everything takes time.
oh yeah.
And of course, when you come back,
Slow progress.
when you come back, quite often the mortar or the cement starts to soften. I mean, that's okay.
You can go in there and you'll see where
Because it has the wind and the
Yeah.
sand and a bit of rain, and rain comes down the top, so
Yeah, just constant.
it's a constant
Yeah.
sort of job.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get it to a point where, like you can see that wall there, for example, you can see that wall's been done.
Yeah.
Mate, you get the birds out here this morning. Geez, you picked up a hell of a lot.
How insane is this, mate? Just the old building. It's insane. So what I got here is one of the old water tanks. They used to fill up the old locomotives with it. Just out to my left here, that's the railway track that used to run through. And if you have a look around here, you've got the pipe work that used to pump it into the trains.
In the 1860s, planning begun for a railway 200 miles from Port Augusta heading northwards, partially due to the mineral discoveries in the Flinders Ranges. A good rainfall in the far north convinced farmers it was a good idea to settle here in Farina, known as Government Gums at the time. It was picked for the terminus for the railway. That was viewed by a lot of the public as the first section of the railway to Darwin. Farina was expected to be an agriculture area. However, the unusually good rainfall concluded a few years after settlement, putting an end to the belief that crops could be sustained in the region. Despite the lack of crops, the railway helped carry other commodities including sheep, wool and cattle, and Farina remained the railhead for 2 years until the railway was extended to Maree in 1884. The Farina station was the changeover from standard gauge to narrow gauge line.
Isn't it crazy to think where we're standing here, it used to just be a bustle of a town. And like right where we're standing. So, crane here, used to load onto the trains. Bloody unreal. Old pin for the railway track.
This is what it's like driving the 200 when the caravan's on.
If you keep your eyes peeled, you'll be sure to spot plenty of wildlife throughout the area as well. And lastly, the trip is not complete without a visit to the War Memorial. This memorial commemorates approximately 70 personnel who served in the World Wars from the township of Farina.
Arvo for it. Well, we just come up for a walk to the War Memorial, right on golden hour.
Alright, so here's all the names of everyone who's born and lived in Farina, served in World War II, World War I. Huge amount of people to take out of one little community. So it's just crazy.
Absolutely magnificent, especially here at the War Memorial. And the population of what enlisted in World War I, World War II, like, just goes to show we got a lot of self-reflection with the population we are right now. The old timers did it pretty bloody tough. Mm.
Would you hold me? We can just run away, so come my darling, let me help you. We can follow the sun, leave the rain for somebody else, help ourselves, leave our trouble sunset paradise.
Farina is such a special place. Do yourself a favour, make sure you put it on your bucket list and get here just to spend a moment like this. You will not regret it.
Mother Nature covers over every street we take and lead the way for somebody else to.
What do you reckon of this, mate?
Mate, unreal. Golden hour. Just out the back of the town. Bloody awesome.
Like, this is huge bucket list for us. Like, yeah, been up here 3 times in like the last 6 years or something.
5, 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, still just as special.
Bloody oath. Well, that's Farina, guys. Next stop up the Unadada will be Marie. What an incredible place this is. So much history. Absolutely mint.
There is so much to showcase in Farina, we could make this video an hour long. But we think the best way for you to experience it is to get here yourself. So jump in the car and come check it out.
Thank you.